to the 4th episode of Everything with Kyle and Oskar. So if we're actually recording this and putting it on our
YouTube channel.
Page, and we'll link that in the description
of the podcast, but if you are seeing us in video, we are on YouTube, so we would appreciate it if you were to subscribe, or on the other hand, follow our podcast. We would like it a lot.
Yeah.
And shout out to our viewers from Germany.
Yeah.
2% of our viewers are from Germany, which is really cool. And we reached a milestone this week with over 60 plays, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because when me and Oskar started this out, we didn't even think we would even get over 10.
Yeah, we're not expecting it to do well or anything, but it's cool. We're just doing it for fun, so it's cool that people actually listen to it.
Yeah, it's cool that people kind of share our opinions and like when we just talk about movies, video games and such.
Yeah. Anyway,
so
enjoy the episode.
Yeah, enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome to a new segment that I like to call Trailer Reactions, where me and Oskar decide whether a trailer is trash or if it fits the movie pretty well.
Yeah.
So basically, me and Oskar, the trailer we are reviewing today is called Willy's Wonderland. It is a kind of a FNAF ripoff movie.
Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah.
With
it looks
the crazy man himself, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I mean, like, it looks insane. I don't know. It doesn't. It
looks like one of those movies that is insane, but like you kind of.
It's just like dumb fun.
Yeah, they want you to. Yeah, it does look like dumb fun. But another thing that we will do before we determine whether the trailer is trash or fits the movie pretty well is we will be reading the movie description itself.
Yeah,
let me pull
it looks
it
like
here.
Yeah, you read the description because I can remember exactly what the premise is. It looks like it's one of those movies that's minimal on plot, but it's just like all action.
Okay. I now have it pulled up. Okay. Willy's Wonderland is an upcoming American action horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it centers around a quiet drifter who's tricked into cleaning up an abandoned family entertainment center haunted by 8 murderous animatronic mascots.
That's basically Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's is the same thing. It's like a really popular mobile game.
I mean, yeah, it's very popular, right? But if you think about it, they announced like a Five Nights at Freddy's movie back in like 2017, and like
There might be another one.
They finally came up with like a script idea or something. I don't want to see it because I think Five Nights at Freddy's is stupid. Yeah. But I do like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I don't know if Nicolas Cage, like, I feel like Nicolas Cage, like, is better suited for, like, voice roles, because his voice is really recognizable.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's good. I mean, in a movie like this, it's fine.
Because the movie's going to be insane, right?
Yeah,
and
because,
he's
like,
insane.
in terms of, like, emotional acting, like, I don't think he's never been the best in that. Like, National Treasure, I think, was one of his best movies.
Yeah, National Treasure was.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah. But this movie looks good. It looks like, I'm probably not going to see it because it looks like a little too, I don't want to say intense, but like, I don't know. It's just like ridiculous amounts of like action.
Yeah, and I mean, it's coming on demand for $30, so if I can find $30 maybe, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably, unfortunately, will not be reviewing it for you guys for a while, but I gotta say, the trailer fits the movie pretty well, so I'm going to give it a good trailer.
Yeah.
So, that is our first time ever doing this segment. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will give you a brief intermission before our second segment.
Alright, welcome to segment 2.
Which is movie news. Where I pull up movie news and Oskar kind of reacts to it. We had a lot of movie news yesterday, but actually, mainly our movie news today will be centered around Spider-Man.
Okay.
So-
and briefly before we start, WandaVision came out on Friday. I've only watched the first episode, but apparently it's like, what's your opinion on the show?
Well, I watched the first two. I liked it. Second episode was definitely better than the first.
I've only watched the first one. It seems like it's unique. It's a new thing.
Which is good for
It's
Marvel.
good, but like I don't know. The show's it's good. It's not like amazing. Hopefully it'll pick up in the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to quickly just say WandaVision came out and you should watch it.
Yeah. Go support Marvel making new stuff. Okay. And now, as our first movie news, which I said was about Spider-Man, everyone at the beginning was theorizing because, this Marvel and Netflix had a deal about having their characters be on Netflix shows. One of the popular shows was Daredevil, and people have been awaiting Daredevil's long-awaited arrival into the MCU, and everyone was theorizing about it. Well, Kevin Feige just announced that Daredevil is going to be in the movie, but he already finished filming all of his scenes.
Oh.
And, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like Daredevil.
I'm sure if I
He's
watched or read some of the comics, I'd like him. I don't really know a lot about him. But he seems cool. Like I know he wears a red costume. So yeah, he seems cool.
Yeah, he's definitely underrated.
Yeah, I agree.
And, well, I lied. That was our only Spider-Man news, basically. Actually, we have one more.
You mean Daredevil? You said Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. What did I say?
You said Daredevil.
My bad.
I was getting confused there.
Spider-Man, one more thing about Spider-Man 3 is, wow, it takes place during Christmas. It comes out on Christmas Day, so you kind of knew
Next
that already.
Christmas?
This year's
Just
Christmas.
21. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
but that's all. Now, last week we talked a little bit about the Godzilla versus Kong and Warner Brothers situation, and now it seems the movie is coming out sooner than expected. It was supposed to come out July 24th, which is my birthday. And now, yeah.
Cool.
You didn't know that July 24th was my birthday?
I forgot it. What's my birthday? Don't say my birthday, but
Well, turns out that Godzilla vs. Kong is now coming out in March without an official trailer yet.
jeez, yeah, because that movie has been in the making for
Years.
Upwards of 3,
Yeah.
4. Because movies usually because video games for example take years and years and years. Movies usually take
3 years.
3
But
years.
this movie has been taking
Yeah.
since
Well, it's probably
the Kong movie.
They probably finished production on it a while ago, but they just haven't.
Yeah, and they've only been releasing 3-second clips of just Godzilla and Kong beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
Which, might I add, I am Team King Kong.
I would say I'm Team Kong too.
Yeah,
I think Godzilla. I feel like Godzilla's just so big though. I feel like Kong, he's only 10 stories.
Yeah.
Godzilla is skyscraper. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll.
But in that Kong Skull Island movie, you remember those weird skull creatures, right?
Yeah.
He kept getting knocked down, he was burned, and he still went through it. I think he's going to beat Godzilla.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be one of those movies where there's not a true winner. Batman
Yeah,
versus Superman.
and then they're gonna have to go against someone in the end.
Yeah.
That's,
Hopefully it's not
I would be
generic.
so disappointed.
Yeah.
But that was something
Something.
I will be watching on HBO Max when it comes out on the same day. Now, here, I think we have one more thing. The Avatar 2 movie that has been awaited and is coming way, way too late.
Yeah.
I actually didn't like the first Avatar. I thought it was stupid.
Yeah. When did the first one come out?
2010. Now, the second one is supposed to come out either this year or next year. I can't remember because that's just I just don't remember things.
Mhm.
And basically, everyone is hyping up this new setting, right? But what I'm thinking about is
Is James Cameron
it's not gonna. James Cameron, of course, is making it because that's like
good?
his popular thing, right? But here's my thing: it's not going to be as revolutionary as it was in 2010
I agree.
because now we've
Sequels are
seen
never
so
as-
many movies like Doctor Strange,
Sequels are never as
Inception.
good as the first.
Well,
some are.
Shrek 2 was better than the first one. Actually, I take that back.
That's kind of a weird example. But yeah, sequels generally, I don't believe sequels to be better. They might be on par with the first one, but they can't capture like Avatar. Like that was like lightning in a bottle. So I doubt the second one's gonna be able to capture that same magic.
And
But
I
it'll
bet
still be
you,
good for sure.
yeah, I bet you it'll be good. And well, that is all the movie news that we have for today.
Yeah.
So you guys will be seeing a brief intermission, but then we will send you to our third and final segment.
All right. Welcome to the third segment.
Yes, this segment is
Pretty special one.
pretty special one because since it is the season finale of the Everything with Kyle and Oskar podcast,
Yeah, first season finale.
we thought it would be special if we were to give our top 10 favorite definitive movies list.
Yeah. So this is just not top 10 least favorites, top 10 favorite movies all time.
All-time favorites.
Yeah,
So basically, we will be rating them and then we will be giving reasons why. So, like Oskar said, I shall go first. Now, starting at the top 10 spot is a movie that I actually watched during the start of quarantine, but I really, really, really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've heard it's really, really good though.
Yeah, it's like phenomenal.
Like, it's sad though, right?
It's a
Well, it's
happy
sad.
story.
Yeah.
See, so basically the movie's about this kid with Down syndrome who really wants to be a wrestler, right?
Yeah.
And he runs away from home, and then he meets Shia LaBeouf's character,
Yeah.
which Shia LaBeouf plays a really good role in this. And then they just go on an adventure to North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
meet people along the way, just have an all fun time, learn from each other.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
It's just a really happy movie. It's a movie that you turn on when you want to feel happy and stuff. And I really, really like it.
Yeah.
But that is my 10th favorite movie. Now, starting off, now at number 9 is Shazam. Shazam is awesome. I love Shazam.
Yeah.
Definitely a great DC movie. And I don't know. I just love how funny it is.
Yeah.
And how kind of Zachary Levi literally acts like a kid
Yeah.
in some parts.
He-
which
he-
is-
he's for that role.
it's really funny. And then I'm excited for the second movie. Now, at number 8, we have Avengers Infinity War, which is definitely my favorite Marvel movie of all time.
Yeah.
It is yeah, it's a perfect superhero movie. In my opinion, I think it's better than Endgame.
Yeah, because the plot holes, they're meant to be plot. They're not really even plot holes. I mean, no. There is the thing with like the like with New York, I guess the big donut thing, that the spinning spaceship. I guess the one plot hole that I can think of. There hardly any, but that one like what happened to New York after that. Like it destroyed a lot of the city, I think. But that's the only one that I can really think of.
Yeah, but I mean, I really like it. I really like Thanos. Thanos is definitely a top tier villain.
Yeah.
And everything that John
There's a lot of
brings to the
memes
role is
about
good.
this movie.
Yeah, but
Some fun ones.
yeah, but I really like it. Tom Holland. I know this sounds kind of ignorant, but he gives his best performance as Spider-Man when
Yeah,
he's
that was
saying,
really sad.
when he was saying, I'm not feeling so good. I actually felt emotion from him, unlike his other movies.
Yeah. I feel like Tom, he's done a lot of movies. I think they think he's like he's really popular.
He's a messiah of actors.
Acting wise, like he's
kind of cringy.
He's cringy.
But
he's fine.
I really like Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
Now, we are on number 7, which is the only Christmas movie on this list, which is, obviously, if people know me, A Christmas Story. The only reason I love Christmas as much as I do is because of this movie. Watching this movie on Christmas Eve makes me so excited for the presents to come, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the characters are funny. Just the movie's funny. It has so many memorable lines, and it has been like a part of my childhood ever since I've been like 3.
Yeah.
And this tradition we've been keep moving on and stuff. And I just really like Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Now, number 6, Jojo Rabbit. I wasn't expecting too much from this movie, but I really came to love it. I really liked the satire that it had, the characters.
See, like, it's a comedy, but like it has some dark moments.
Yeah, like the dark moments hit you so hard.
Yeah, because it takes place in like a really...
Yeah, it takes place during World War II, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it centers around this kid who meets this Jew in his house, and like, he's a part of like the Nazis, kind of, right?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, Jews are bad, but then he comes to really like this Jew and stuff. Man, yeah, it's just a good movie. Great characters. Definitely one of my favorite Taika Waititi movies. Actually, probably my favorite. But I really like it. I think it has great scenery and stuff. Definitely great writing.
Yeah.
And great characters.
And I think it was Oscar nominated.
Yeah, it was actually Oscar nominated for Picture of the Year. And then Parasite won, which was
Parasite. It deserved it.
I haven't seen the movie, but I heard that was really amazing. And then, starting off at number 5 is my favorite superhero movie. Well, you can't really call it
It's not really a superhero.
But it is Joker.
Yeah.
I loved this movie when it came out, and like the memories that I have of it, it's like really good.
We saw it together.
We saw it together. I haven't rewatched it, but it's kind of a movie. I don't know.
It's one of those movies that like you watch it the first time. You can't really rewatch it and like feel the same feelings as you felt when you watched it the first time, which just kind of speaks to how like just
brutal this movie is. Yeah, and it's like definitely talks a lot about stuff problems that definitely should be talked about, and definitely Joaquin Phoenix's best performance.
Yeah, he won
an Oscar for it, which he deserved it.
Yeah.
And definitely a good number 5. Now, my number 4 is a movie that critics completely crapped on it, but this movie is just so rewatchable, and it is called Masterminds. So basically the plot of this movie, right, it takes place, it's centered around the biggest heist in USA history.
I've heard of this movie, I haven't seen it.
And basically, the heist was done by a bunch of idiots, and it's just so funny. Like, seeing Zach Galifianakis is so funny in that movie.
Oh, Zach Galifianakis in it? I have to watch this one.
And then, Kristen Wiig's in it, Owen Wilson is in it. It's just so funny. Every joke literally lands and is actually funny. It's a great comedy movie, and it's just so rewatchable. Like, I could honestly watch it like once every 2 months.
Yeah.
This movie's just, I love it so much. Now, starting off, my top 3 favorite definitive movies of all time. Starting at number 3 is Up, my favorite animated movie, because I definitely feel like it is the peak of Pixar.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I can see why people don't like it as much, because people mainly think that it's good for the first 15 minutes.
People think it's a very good movie, but it was never like considered to be the greatest Pixar movie. But it's still amazing.
I think it's the best Pixar movie, in my opinion. And, I don't know, everything about it is just good, you know? Like,
you can't really define what makes it good.
Yeah,
it's just...
this movie, it makes me cry every time.
Yeah.
Now at number 2 is a movie that I turn on just to be happy. And
I love this one too.
It's not the newer Muppet movie, but it's the OG Muppet movie.
So the one with who was it? Amy Adams.
Yeah, it's not that one. I really like that one, but it's definitely not as bad as the first one. The first one,
I haven't seen the original one.
oh, the OG, it is so great.
Yeah.
You can tell Jim Henson put so much care. Jim Henson is a genius.
Mm-hmm.
And
He played Kermit.
yeah, he was Kermit, and it's just, it's so memorable too.
Yeah.
And it's like, it has so many great messages, so many great moments. Like
Yeah.
at the end, they're all singing together, like, do what you want to do and don't let anyone stop you, which is a great message. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched it so many times over at my grandma's house. I watched it so many times at home. Now that we have Disney Plus, I watch
It's
it
on right now.
And yeah, I just really, really like it. Now, my number one favorite movie of all time was a movie that was bombed by, actually it wasn't bombed, but it is a great Andy Samberg movie. It is the best comedy movie of all time, in my opinion. It is Pop Star Never Stop Stopping.
What is that doing about?
So basically, it's like a mockumentary, right? And it's about this rapper played by Andy Samberg,
Uh-huh.
who's like had his life set up before him, but he's going on this world tour and everything just completely messes up. And it's so funny. The characters are funny. Every joke lands.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just so many memorable moments. Like there's this one fridge part that's really funny.
Fringe.
Yeah, it's really funny. There's this one, turtle moment where he has a turtle, which is really funny, and there's this one
What's
moment
that?
where he's on a farm, which is really funny.
Is this
But
really your favorite movie of all time?
favorite movie of all time. It is so rewatchable. You could watch it every other week and you'd still be laughing.
Okay.
It is just great. Now, that is my top 10. And now, I will hand it over to Oskar so I can react to his opinions.
Okay. Alright, so these are not like favorite movie of all time. It's just like my general favorite movies because I can't really think of my in order like top 10 movies. So it's just my general favorite movies of all time. So starting off, The Shining. This movie is horrifying. Like whenever I watch it or even like think about it, I get goosebumps. How you haven't seen it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So this is not for the faint of heart. So I'm not gonna really talk about it too much, but just that like you should watch it if you can handle like horror stuff. But if you can't, don't watch it. It'll give you nightmares. But that's number one. Number two, The Revenant. It has Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he won an Oscar for this one. Or maybe not. He was up there. It was a really good performance. But it's about the dude who gets mauled by a bear, and survives. And it takes place in the 1800s. It has Tom Hardy in it. It's super good. The cinematography is top notch.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The action scenes are like some of the best I've ever seen in the movie. You should totally watch it. Number three, Spider-Man: Homecoming. This is I love Spider-Man. This encapsulates a perfect superhero movie for me. It has like twists. It has like comedy. It has action. It's perfect in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna agree, but like it's just for me, it was just an amazing movie. But I do have another horror movie on here. And that other horror movie is Avengers: Endgame. So this one I felt Infinity War was also a masterpiece, but this one I just felt like it was just so memorable. Because we also saw this one together, and I think and just like the time it came out, like just all the hype surrounding it, it was just like I just loved it so much just getting to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And it also set up the MCU for like another few years worth of movies and stuff. You want to say something?
Yes, I do want to say something. I'm not like bashing your opinion though.
Yeah.
But you oughta admit how they treated Thor was horrible in the movie.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, the fat part thing. It was funny for the first like minute or two.
Yeah, and then
that was one bad.
Oh, you're depressed. You're fat.
Yeah. It was just kind of.
It didn't really land for me personally.
And I will agree, a lot of the jokes just felt like kind of cheap, like mad funny jokes. But that one, it was like that's one little flaw of the movie. But overall, I love the movie. All right, next one, Alien, the original Alien. This movie is it's basically it's one of the most perfect horror movies I've ever seen. Kyle, you watched this one?
I watched this one actually at your house.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. It's not that scary. It's just like some jump scares, but like it's perfect. It's a total classic. I can watch it like many times and I would never get tired of it. Yeah. Next one, Step Brothers. This one I was wondering why this wasn't on your list because I know you love this movie. This movie is hilarious. I watched it about 3 times. Every single time I laughed hysterically.
Yeah,
like
a good movie.
it's so hilarious. It has Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, and this is like, in my opinion, like the best movie that either of them have ever been in. Like that might be controversial, but like in my opinion, it's just like this is the perfect comedy movie. Next one, Star Wars. I couldn't pick the single Star Wars movie, so I just went with the entire original trilogy because I just think they
Those movies are baller.
Yeah, the Star Wars, the original trilogy, so A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. All those are just classics. I think they just, yeah. My dad loves Star Wars too, and it's just, I can't really describe why I love them. I just do. They're just complete classics. Alright, next one, The Matrix. You've seen this one.
Nope.
Seriously?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, so The Matrix, it's kind of like the question, like, it asks the question, it's like, what if reality as we know it is fake, and we're all just, like, all, like, living in, like, an alien world, or whatever. I haven't seen it in a while, but I love it. This is one of Keanu Reeves' best movies, and it's just, I just love this movie. It was just it was so fun to just watch. Next one, Die Hard. You've seen this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bruce Willis action movie. It's like kind of like this is what I think of when I think of an action movie. It's kind of it's just the perfect action movie.
Yeah,
Like,
I could see that.
yeah, like hostages trapped in like a futuristic building. He has to make it the John McClane or whatever has to make his way up to get him. It's just the perfect action movie. And like action movies are I like action movies, but like this one, like it's special to be on my list. And finally, It, 2017. This one is very good. It's the I think the reason I liked it the most was Pennywise. The person who played them, what was his name?
Andy's.
No,
That's
Bill something.
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. Yeah. But the way he's able to like portray the clown with the way he can like smile, like make his lip do that weird thing. It was just so freaky to watch. I just love that movie. And I feel like the one downside of it relies a little too much on CGI. In It Chapter 2 is not nearly as good. In Chapter 2, the only scary thing is like one scene. But everything else in It Chapter 2 is just all CGI. It was not scary at all. But it was so good. But yeah, I love it.
Well, those are our top 10 lists. We will give you guys a brief intermission, and then we will send you straight to the outro.
Alright, welcome to
The outro.
we want to thank you for listening to this episode, and once again, we recorded this whole episode on camera. We'll link our YouTube in the description.
Or we will, if you're seeing this on YouTube, like always, we will link our podcast in the description.
Yeah.
So we just want to thank you guys for over 60 plays, and I thought this was a great season finale.
Yeah.
We will see you guys next week for
So
season
2,
episode 1.
episode 1. Yeah.
And like
As always,
always,
stay
stay
groovy
groovy
like
like
you're
you're
driving.
driving movie.